20 years in terms of career in the music business, toured the United States, Europe. My business, it's going to also mean being prepared. If you're coming to do a show, a gig, it's practice, practice, practice. But
right?
really, just when those thoughts start to creep into my brain now, it's just go away. If you're performing, look at the person in the back of the room.
New York or LA?
Ooh.
Today's guest is an incredibly talented Christina LaRocca, a singer, a songwriter, DJ, and performer. I have had the pleasure of knowing Christina personally, and I'm so excited to have you here today. So Christina, welcome to the show, and I would love to tell us more about yourself and about your journey.
Absolutely. Thanks so much for having me, Kate. Always a pleasure. My journey has gone on for like about 20 years in terms of career in the music business. I've done everything from toured the United States, Europe as a musician, and now these days a little bit more focused in corporate events. I DJ.
Thanks. Love your story. So before we dive into more details, let's start with a few rapid fire this or that questions just for fun, no pressure, whatever comes to your mind. Ready?
Sure.
Vinyl records or digital playlist on Spotify?
Oh man, I'm just gonna go with Spotify because it has everything. You know, vinyl is fun. I do have a vinyl collection, even though I don't have a vinyl player anymore, right? So there's always that. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Spotify.
Heels or sneakers?
I mean, personally, I'd rather wear sneakers, but heels definitely look sexier. So
this one is a hard one. New York or LA?
Ooh, you know what? I'm here. I've been here for 11 years. I'm going to go with LA.
Recording in the studio or performing live?
Oh, for me, oh wow, that's another one. I mean, I love being on stage. It's just like nothing like that. So.
Red carpet moment or underground club vibe to have fun?
Red carpet moment. Yeah.
And the last one, be a center of attention or power behind the scenes?
I'm a ham, so I like to be the star.
Absolutely. I love that for you. Okay, now let's dive in. Christina, you have performed on so many stages and collaborated with many artists. So let's start with presence. When you walk into the room, whether it's in a studio or on a stage or even like networking event, what's something that you consciously do to make a first strong impression?
I mean, to make a strong impression with anybody, you know, there's many different factors. For starters, looking at somebody in the eye when talking to them, having a good handshake, shoulders back, being poised. And really, honestly, in my business, it's going to also mean being prepared. If you're coming to do a show, a gig, it's practice, practice, practice. If you're not prepared, even mentally, that first moment of meeting somebody, like you're probably going to be nervous because you're not prepared.
Agree with you. People underestimate the power of preparation. Especially, I'm so happy to have you here because I think you are the first creative. Because mostly I have people from business, founders, and you are coming from creative mindset. And it's interesting for me also to explore this preparation part because recently I had a conversation with another creative and she said, no, I never prepared because it's about creativity, like what comes to your mind. You have to feel energy and feel whatever is better for this moment. So maybe you can expand on this topic more.
Yes. And I do agree. Like there's times where like I'll prepare a DJ set and then I walk in the room and that's not going to work. But it's long-term preparation too. Like it is about being prepared for that specific event, but also about being prepared for anything. If I walk into I'm open format DJ. So that really means it could be just about anything. I always try to get as much information about the event as possible. Like who am I performing to? Was it a wedding? Is it a corporate event? Is it a club? All those factors. Regardless, I have prepared for as many different scenarios as possible. So if I do need to pivot, at least I have that available to me.
Is there any small body language cues or details you always checking to stay grounded and connected, especially when you are on a stage? You already mentioned during the first impression, but maybe you have some habits during the performance.
Absolutely. And this varies from artist to artist. Not all artists like to be told to smile, but I think smiling is huge. Something a lot of people don't think about when they're on stage, DJs, band, like they want to be like serious and cool. Looking at people and smiling is just so infectious. Just being poised, standing tall. I'm always trying to be conscious of like little things, like because we've had our session. I don't want to like have a double chin or anything like that, especially like DJing. And like you get into the computer, right? So like there's this thing called Serato face. So Serato is the DJ program. So DJs have this running joke called Serato face, which is like you don't know what to play next. And you're like, yeah, I would say smiling is a big one. Just every once in a while, remember, bro, smile.
Yeah, I also think like connecting with the audience, it will help because people will see you as a part of the audience, not just a piece of furniture just
100%.
standing there.
And there's little tactics too. You're performing, look at the person in the back of the room. Can you connect with that person in the back? Yeah. And it happens. Like they're watching you. Like it doesn't matter. Everybody's looking up every once in a while. So like little things like that, like making eye contact with people, making them feel like, oh, she's performing to me. Little things like that will build a connection and get you fans.
Yeah, since you're a performer on the stage, I'm curious also to know, since I also have a strong dancing background on the stage, do you share the same mindset that whatever happens, it doesn't matter how uncomfortable you are on the stage, you have to keep going. Doesn't matter if this light is just firing into your eyes, you still have to be connected with the audience. Doesn't matter how uncomfortable something here is. I don't know, a strap is falling apart. It doesn't matter. You're a performer. It's your time to shine.
Mm-hmm.
You have your goals, so keep going.
Right, 100%. And I mean, anything can happen. And I've experienced an array of things. Somebody's speaker shutting off or something. The show must go on. You kind of just go through it as much as you possibly can, regardless of what it is. I mean, I've seen videos of somebody like falling off the stage at a festival, and like you get right back up. Granted, you're not like super hurt or anything like that, but yeah, the show must go on.
I think it's very important also for our listeners and everyone who watches. Maybe try to apply this into your specific experience, even if you deliver a speech on a stage, or maybe you pitch your project, or you have a presentation at your work. So no matter what happens, keep going. It's your time, it's your opportunity. You are the star right now. The rest doesn't matter.
And again, to go back to preparing, being as prepared as possible, the more prepared you are, when these things do come up, you're not as affected by them, right? Like it's not going to completely throw you off. If you're in the middle of performing a song, singing, and somebody drops a stack of plates or something, you know what I mean? Like you're so kind of rooted in the work that will not throw you off, that you're like, oh, I don't know where I am. I forgot what I'm saying.
So again, in terms of preparation, before the day maybe of a big event, or before you're going on a stage, maybe you have some rituals, like maybe mindset tricks, or even outfit choices, or maybe you have a special song playing, anything that helps you to prepare to shine.
Yeah, I've started meditating like right before I get on the stage, actually. And so Lil Jon, the rapper Lil Jon, has a meditation album on Spotify, and he's a DJ as well. So it's almost kind of like catered to musicians and DJs. I think it's like 10 tracks, but he has one that's just called like Focus. I'll just try to find a quiet space, even if there's a million things going on around me, just sitting, closing my eyes, just doing some deep breathing, and it just kind of brushes away all the hustle and bustle and hecticness that happens right before you get on stage, right? Like you got people trying to talk to you and setting up and all that stuff. So the meditation has been really great. That's been amazing. Clothing, picking out an outfit in advance. I like to, again, the preparation always coming in handy. So whether it's for weddings and corporate events, like sometimes I got to bring a ton of equipment, right? Like multiple setups, TA. I've got a team coming that day. So not waiting till the morning of to go through that list. So making sure like the day before I've made the list, everything is kind of in its place, ready to go for the next day. All that helps. And I think you mentioned clothing too. So yeah, like picking out the outfit the day before, try it on, make sure you like it, that sort of thing. So
what if you don't like it? Maybe you need to do not day before, but at least a week before.
And sometimes I never know what I'm going into. So I go to do an event, it's outside. Is it going to be hot, cold? So I bring multiple outfits. I'll bring multiple outfits. I'll bring a couple of different pairs of shoes just so when I get there, or sometimes you think maybe you weren't aware the event was going to be fancier than it was. Like maybe I brought like a different pair of shoes, that sort of thing. So just kind of being prepared for whatever happens.
Yeah, and also maybe for your performance, sometimes you want to wear heels, but sometimes you want to change to some flats. So don't spend the whole evening on heels, for example.
Right, 100%. Yeah.
Great. I love that tip. I think everyone who is going, especially if it's like the whole day event, it's very convenient to have something to change, especially like covers, some jackets, some flat shoes, just in case you never know what happens. And if you need even grab your water, maybe grab your snacks, because again, you never know if you're going for the whole day. Of course, you've been through many different events and stuff, but maybe you can recall the time when you didn't feel that confident when you're going somewhere. Maybe it happened earlier in your journey, maybe it happened in your childhood, but maybe if you can share that moment with us and what helped you to regain your confidence and elevate it.
I kind of have this habit that I battle all the time. And sometimes you just get in your own head, especially as a creative. Maybe you're overthinking. Sometimes you're on stage. There's definitely been shows and times where I remember being on stage, maybe there wasn't a lot of people there, right? And you start to get down on yourself. You're like, oh, I invited all these people to come see my band. Nobody's here. And then like you're literally performing the song, singing, but your brain is somewhere else entirely. And you start to get down on yourself. And like that, it starts to show. So I've definitely had those moments, especially when I was doing more original music and you're the one who's like got to bring out everybody. So on top of putting out this whole show, you got to like promote it, be up, calling everybody, DMing them, are you coming? Are you coming? That's definitely something I've worked on in time. And the meditation kind of helps with that as well. But really just when those thoughts start to creep into my brain now, it's just go away. It's really about mental strength and just forcing those thoughts out and just returning to whatever it is you're doing. So if you find yourself at a show or a presentation or anything, maybe somebody's making a face or you're worried about your boss or whoever, just get rid of those thoughts and just come back to what you're doing. Just focus on the task at hand and overcome those negative thoughts. Yeah.
And it's very powerful, actually. I never thought about it.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing. And also, like, having a goal there just to remind yourself why you're doing this. Maybe keep that positive attitude might help, but that's definitely a challenge. I agree with you. Lastly, of course, you're an artist, businesswoman, because you're running your own creative agency, performing agency, and DJ. What would you say about like 3 top tips for other girls and women who are listening to us to help them to command attention, to leave the lasting impression, whether on a stage or on the event?
You have to believe in yourself. It comes from within. You have to believe in yourself. Having humility and those things, yes, but still just having the confidence in yourself to go out there and don't be afraid to tell people what you're doing. Just again, really, truly, it's got to come from within. You got to believe in yourself because if you don't believe in you, nobody's going to believe in you. It's like, how do you do that if maybe you're unsure? There's a lot of different ways, affirmations in the morning. You got to find what works for you. I mean, you helped me immensely, actually. So I have no problems really getting on stage, but for me, like photos and videos, I'm like, I never know what to do. The class is almost kind of like modeling. And I realized you're always posting pictures of models, and I've noticed the different moves and things like that. If there is something in your sphere that you feel like is getting in the way of progress, just face it head on. Figure out what works for you to get through or get over that, and just go full on. And I guess third thing would be, don't be afraid to trust the universe either. You are unsure, maybe you're kind of living a life you are not super happy or proud of, and you see yourself maybe wanting to do something else, and it's feeling like now might be the right time, or you reach a certain point where you're like, ooh, this would be the time to make that jump. If your gut is telling you to do it, sometimes you just have to trust the universe, and the universe will catch you and take you where you're supposed to be.
Thanks for those inspirational notes. And tell us, please, where we can find you, more information about you, because as you know, Christina is a performer, so you can book her for your event here in LA, South California area, so basically anywhere, right?
Yeah, pretty much anywhere. I travel as well. But yeah, Southern California. You can find me on Instagram.com/LRockTheParty. That's LROCK, the party, or my website, lrockentertainment.com.
Thanks. I will leave all these links below, so for sure make sure you check those links. Follow Christina, and of course follow me, and stay tuned for our next episode of Confident Secrets.